Hi, it's John again. I'm here this week for a very interesting and timely crypto market update from the CEO of Bitcoin Suisse Liechtenstein AG, Mauro Casellini. I want to welcome Mauro and say,
Hi, John. Pleasure to be here. Thank you very much that I have the opportunity to speak with you about the latest movements in the market, especially what we are doing, what the market is going to. Really looking forward to that.
well, yeah, thanks. I know you've got a lot of trading going on at Bitcoin Suisse. You and I have had the chance to speak before on the topic of investing in crypto, but I thought it would be a great time to learn more about you, the company, and what exactly you think is going on in the crypto markets. So why don't we start off for those who don't know you so well? Can you tell us your background and what you're doing at Bitcoin Suisse?
Yeah, I'm Mauro Casellini. I'm Swiss, 33 years old, and I worked since 2013 at Bank Frick, a small private bank in Liechtenstein, who is very active in fintech and payment space. And therefore, I started there and pushed the topic of fintech and then afterwards blockchain heavily. I came to the blockchain community, to Crypto Valley, and spoke with a lot of companies during all the years there. And that's also how I met the Bitcoin Suisse guys. So yeah, very important partner. We worked with them closely, and then the day came where I was approached by them, and they asked me if I would like to join them. And definitely for me, a huge opportunity, amazing to do that. And I'm actually their CEO of the Liechtenstein entity, so the entity in Europe, in the European Economic Area. That's the benefit of Liechtenstein, because Liechtenstein is in the European Economic Area. And if you are a regulated entity in the EEA, you can transport your services all over Europe. So I'm the regulated entity with access to Europe, and that's in the end also my job. I will be responsible for the European growth, and that will be done through a banking license. So Bitcoin Suisse is working in parallel in Switzerland and in Liechtenstein on a banking license.
Great. And it sounds again like you're very busy at the moment, Mauro. And congratulations on all the progress with this. I know it's not been straightforward, and we'll get more into that story later. But can you tell us more for those who don't know Bitcoin Suisse? What's the company all about? I guess, first of all, its services, and then maybe a little bit of context how the company developed.
Mm-hmm. So Bitcoin Suisse is a blockchain financial service provider. We are if you compare it to the traditional banking or financial services world, we are a prime broker. So if you would like to trade cryptocurrencies, you can do that through us, and we will offer you always a best price offering, because we have access to more than 15 exchanges, crypto exchanges out there. And thanks to our technology and our liquidity management and our risk management, we can spread the prices and buy the tokens all over the market. Therefore, we have the possibility, if you would like to trade a big amount of crypto, to really go, for example, through the 15 exchanges, and in the end, you will have a best price, because we do not influence prices too heavily with the spreading we do. We are also a custodian, a crypto custodian, a multi-billion asset crypto custodian. So we have more than 1 billion, definitely more than 2 billion in our custodianship at the moment. Therefore, we are also a big custodian. We offer access to a decentralized finance system. So if you would like to buy some stable coins or whatsoever that are out there, like DAI or so, you can do that through us. And we are also specialized in the support of tokenization cases. So in the world of digitizing real world assets or shares, we are supporting companies heavily there, and it's a business there, and it's really interesting to see what we will see there, especially in the next years. Bitcoin Suisse itself is a company founded in 2013, so it's one of the oldest, or it's the oldest and biggest blockchain financial service provider in Switzerland, and also one of the oldest all over Europe. And that's also one of the big benefits of Bitcoin Suisse. Now more than 7 years experience in this market, with all the ups and downs and all the problems and benefits that were there. It's amazing to see that experience in one company, and it's in a really young market. If you think Bitcoin first block was mined in 2009, and since 2013 Bitcoin Suisse is in the space. So it's a traditional old company in the crypto space with a lot of experience.
Bitcoin Suisse is OG, as they say, I guess. You've been there from the beginning. Mauro, you mentioned, I think, a little bit what types of clients you serve there, but I think it's probably evolving over time. Can you tell us who exactly are the clients of Bitcoin Suisse?
Mhm. So Bitcoin Suisse has a wide variety of clients. So on one side, definitely, if you would like to trade a small amount of crypto, I would say 5 or 10K, you can be a client of Bitcoin Suisse. But definitely also, if you're a huge client who would like to trade millions and millions of crypto, sell or buy, you can do that through us. If you are a fully regulated bank, we are also the right partner. If you are an asset manager, a family office, also then Bitcoin Suisse can offer you the services. And also really important clients of us, crypto foundations. So the pretty big guys in the business who set up their own protocols or so, they are also clients of us. So it's a big variety of clients we provide services to, from the small retail guy to the big bank, but also the crypto specialist. So it's what we are great in, to offer a lot of services to a lot of different type of clients. That's also our goal. That's what we reach to, because we would like to revolutionize the financial services with our offering, and therefore we need to provide that services to as much clients as possible.
And Mauro, we're going to talk more about how things are going to develop or how you see things developing. But needless to say, the crypto space in those 7 years that you've been around has matured extensively, and there's a lot more competition now, especially in the crypto valley and around Switzerland. How does Bitcoin Suisse stay ahead and differentiate, as there's others who have really, I think, quite directly replicated what you're doing, right?
Mhm. Yeah, it's a good point. As you say, there are players out there replicating the business model, because in the end, it's a traditional business model in the traditional world, the prime brokerage. And therefore, yeah, you can copy it, but what you can copy is the experience on one side. On the other side, we are now more than 175 employees. So we have in every single area where we need employees, a lot of specialists, a lot of experienced guys, definitely sometimes also new guys, but we have a huge experience in our company. And experience helps a lot in agile, modern ways. So it's the experience helps us a lot, the differentiation on the service offering. So also there, we always try to pioneer in the area. So for example, if you look at the staking offering, at what Bitcoin Suisse is offering there, we offer staking to various crypto assets like Tezos, Dash, Cardano, but also ETH 2.0. And there, Bitcoin Suisse was, for example, the first professional financial intermediary in the world that offered it actively to the clients to stake ETH 2.0. So also there, we always try to be first. We try to be one of the first. We always try to be the pioneers and really, really innovative. And that's definitely one of the major benefits of Bitcoin Suisse, to be innovative and always be ahead of the competition, I would say.
And I think you talked a little bit about this before, but what is the benefit of being Swiss and a Liechtenstein based broker? Can you talk a little bit more specifically about that?
Yeah, I think it's the same as in the traditional world. If you look at Switzerland, still, even without banking secrecy, it's still an amazing market, and they are getting a lot of money in, because it's Switzerland and Liechtenstein. They are both really stable countries with good politicians. They are democracies. You feel safe here. You know when your money is here, it's safe. You know with whom to speak, and definitely with Bitcoin Suisse, that's a huge benefit. You know, if you can decide to work together, for example, with Bitcoin Suisse, you know they are in Zug and in Liechtenstein. If you have a problem, you can meet them, you can call them, you can write them. You know where they are. You know who is behind. Or you can work with an exchange who is based somewhere offshore or in the United States. And there is then the point, is that really safe for me? Is there something dangerous involved? What's the problem? And therefore, it's still a huge in crypto, also in traditional financial services, to be a Swiss or Liechtensteinian bank. And we see that more and more, and therefore we are very happy to be Swiss and Liechtensteinian based.
Well, I guess that's the good part. What have been some of the challenges, not unique to Switzerland, but the challenges unique to being a crypto broker as you've grown as a company?
I think definitely, as you said, the benefit is Switzerland, is Liechtenstein, but on the other side, it's also a benefit for other countries that are not that regulated as we are at the moment. It's amazing how Switzerland and Liechtenstein progress in the area of regulation. We have a blockchain act in place in Liechtenstein. We have a regulation in Switzerland. Switzerland that will be active after February. So it's amazing to see that. But if there is regulation, you are regulated, and therefore you need to take care of that. That's a lot of extra work that is not there at the moment in other countries. But also there, we are very, very positive that we are there already, because regulation will be there, and the better regulated we are, the less problems we will have in the future. Another challenge is building up a crypto broker in a world where traditional finance is not ready for the blockchain space. It's quite difficult, and it was definitely a challenge for Bitcoin Suisse from the beginning, because still now a lot of education needs to be done by us. So if a client would like to buy crypto through us, it's not like with traditional shares that they know what they are doing and they are aware of the risks. So they buy it and you are happy with them. They understand it. In the crypto space, you still need to explain to them, yeah, what's blockchain, what's Bitcoin, what's Ethereum, what's Ethereum doing with this Ethereum 2.0, what's Chainlink, what's Polkadot, what's the difference? Is Ethereum the same as Bitcoin? So you need to educate them heavily and explain to them what they are doing there and what they're trying to do there. And that's on one side amazing, but definitely also a challenge on the other side.
Something else that's been a huge challenge in the last year has been the pandemic. Not exclusively talking about that, but if we were to look at your company a year ago, what's been the major change year over year for Bitcoin Suisse?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the pandemic, as I say, it was crazy. But if we look at crypto prices and what happened there, and the interest it gained thanks to what happened during the pandemic with money printing and so on, it was very positive. So the crypto space raised a lot of awareness. Therefore, we got a lot of new client requests, a lot of interesting big players who never looked at crypto are now looking actively at crypto, because they start to understand what's behind and what the benefit of, for example, Bitcoin can be. So it changed a lot in the market. So people are now looking at it that never looked at it before or spoke about it even negatively before. And on our side as Bitcoin Suisse, if you look at us, we are a tech company. We are able to work from everywhere in the world in the end, because we all have our devices. We all have access from everywhere. We have super secure access via VPN and so on. So for us, it was not that big or drastically of a change, or it was not difficult for us to, from one day of the other, move from being all the time at the office to make home office. So that's definitely a benefit if you are an agile fintech company. If something happens, you are able to work from everywhere, and therefore home office was, from a technical and infrastructure perspective, not a challenge for us.
Thanks, Mauro. That's interesting to hear. And actually, I guess it speaks to how digital companies are being accelerated by the pandemic in many ways. It's not just Google and Amazon, but also crypto companies. It's clear. I wanted to start to get towards the end of our questions here by looking forward and ask you, what are the plans for development for the company? Is it more client acquisition, fundraising, or other ways of growing the business? Where is the focus in the coming years?
Yeah, definitely. I would say in the coming year, so now 2021, we are definitely focusing on also getting our licenses done. So definitely Bitcoin Suisse, as publicly announced, we are working on a banking license in Switzerland and in Liechtenstein, so that we can, as a bank, fully actively address our clients. So on the regulatory side, to even give more security to the clients, because I would say especially professional players, big banks, family offices, they are happy to work together with fully regulated companies. So they are very happy to have a counterparty as a bank, so that they know, okay, they are well supervised by FINMA and audit companies and so on. And even if you are exactly doing the same as before and are exactly same good as before, it's they are more happy if you are a bank. So our plan is definitely being fully regulated as a bank, then expanding our service offering for sure. It's at the moment we also, for example, offer already collateralized lending, but only with our own money, because we are not a bank. So if you would like to have $1 million from us, we need to give you that $1 million from our own liquidity we have. As soon as we are a bank, we can work with the balance sheet, and therefore can definitely offer that easier and better to the market. Also on the other side, the world of security tokens is growing. So also there, to be able to trade securities, you need to be a broker-dealer or a bank. Also there, the regulation will help us. So in the end, thanks to regulation, we will be able to offer way more services to more clients. So definitely also on the client side, we are very, very happy to grow in all areas there. So we are looking forward to the licenses and then grow as we are already growing, but even faster.
And I'm kind of curious. The crypto space has obviously become very popular, and there's all sorts of courses and other offerings to help bring people in to educate them and transition them into this space, whether they're clients or new employees. How is Bitcoin Suisse building its team as it grows and as it expands its complexity? Is that something you struggled with, or has it been relatively easy given your reputation and track record?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely interesting to see, especially if I compare it to other players in the market. It's the name is worth a lot. We really get, if we ask for employees, really, really interesting CVs, amazing guys, well experienced guys that are in the area we need them, really, really well experienced, and always have the interest in crypto. So it's amazing if you have financial services expert guy from accounting that is deeply into crypto for years by himself privately and understands deeply what he has to do, and then comes to you and helps you to build something. It's amazing to have a trader who traded by himself in a traditional bank and also privately in crypto. So it's really a benefit of Bitcoin Suisse and the name that we have achieved over the last 7 years that helps us to get the right talent. But also there, we educate our employees all the time. I get a lot of education also from the experts on our side, internally or via the regular announcements we do and newsletters we produce where we explain different things also to clients and other guys who would like to read it actively, to explain what's going on in the crypto space, how is it developing, what do we have to look at next. For example, as I mentioned already once, Ethereum 2.0, a lot of research went into that, a lot of documentation went into that. And if you would like to learn more about that, go to bitcoinswiss.com and go to research, and you can read everything about what's Ethereum 2.0, what's blockchain, what's Bitcoin, what's Ethereum, and so on.
Great. Well, that's good to know, Mauro. Before we sign off and we'll follow up on a market update around crypto topics, I wondered, are there any final messages about your offering or your tools that you'd like to leave with the audience?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, definitely it's important to mention is, and what I definitely see by myself, it's you always have to be aware what you would like to do and what you are able to lose. So if you are quite risky and you do not care if you lose your money or not, you can definitely work with whomever you like. But the more trust you need to have by yourself in your money and your assets, look with whom you're working together. So which counterparty do you trust your money or trust with your money? Is it an international company based wherever and you do not care, or is it in the end a Swiss prime broker? Is it a company with a lot of track record that really showed many times that it knows what it does, and so on? So it's do your own research, not only with the assets you would like to invest, but also with the companies you would like to work together, because there are still a lot of black sheeps out there, and you need to take care of that by yourself.
Great. Well, thank you for all the insights about the company, Mauro. As I've mentioned, we'll also do a market update with you and hope to keep in touch as crypto continues to expand. So thank you for everything, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.